Okay, so we have to factorise 20x squared minus 5. So, what we're looking for are common factors of this term, 20x squared, and this term, minus 5, because there's two terms. So, there are no x's in this term, okay? So, we can't do anything with the x squared. But there is a number there in that term, and there is a number in this term. So we can do something with the numbers. Can you think of a common factor of 20 and 5? In other words, a number that divides into both 20 and 5. Yes, it's 5. So what you do, you write equals, leave yourself a space, draw some brackets the same width as the original expression, and pull out the factor. And we've agreed that the factor is 5. So write a 5 there, because 5 goes into 5 once and 5 goes into 24 times. And now what you do, to work out what we're going to write here, you ask yourself, what do I have to multiply 5 by in order to get 20? Well, it's 4. Okay? And don't forget the x squared. We just write the x squared like that. Same thing here. What do I have to multiply 5 by in order to get minus 5? Well, it's minus 1. Okay? And that's it. We've factorised it. We haven't finished the question yet, but we've finished the first stage. You can check by multiplying out this bracket, see if you get the original expression. 5 times 4x squared is 20x squared, and 5 times minus 1 is minus 5. So it's correct. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you thought that you would have finished the question at this point. However, we haven't, because we can do more. What you have to spot in this question is that 4x squared minus 1 is actually the difference of two squares. So we can keep going. What's the difference of two squares? Okay, the difference of two squares is this. If you have an expression in the form a squared minus b squared, that's called the difference of two squares, because you've got one square here, a squared, subtract another squared, it's the difference of two squares. And this, 4x squared minus 1, it might not be immediately obvious, but that's in the form a squared minus b squared. Because if you put a equal to 2x, okay, and b equal to 1, then this is a squared minus b squared, because a squared minus b squared is, a squared is 2x, so a squared is 4x squared, okay? B is 1, so b squared is 1. So a squared minus b squared is 4x squared minus 1. You can see it's in the form a squared minus b squared. And whenever you have a difference of two squares, you can always factorise it immediately. It's equal to a plus b, in brackets, times a minus b. Okay? And I'll prove it to you. Let's multiply this out and see what we get. A plus b times a minus b is equal to a times a is a squared, a times minus b is minus ab, b times a is plus ab, order of multiplication doesn't matter, b times a is equal to a times b, plus b times minus b is minus b squared. Plus ab minus ab cancel, and we're just left with a squared minus b squared. Okay? So difference of two squares you can factorise immediately. It's a plus b times a minus b. So this becomes 5 times a plus b is 2x plus 1 times a minus b is 2x minus 1. And now we've finished, okay? That is that expression fully factorised. So you've got to watch out for the difference of two squares, okay? It's a very useful thing to know. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please click the like button, and it would be a massive help if you could subscribe. It would also be amazing if you could support me on Patreon. All the papers and everything are on my website, drjem.com, and I'm also on social media. Thank you.